Hello, my name is Rememer, and this is episode 2. Well, episode 1 was an introduction, so I guess it's just subjective to your opinion. So, I'm going to be continuing on with my series, and I will be discussing the time period before I was clinically diagnosed with my disabilities. So, this is a time period when I was still like a baby, infant, newborn, etc. So, during this time, I was normal, but in the most abnormal way possible. And I say this because I was clinically normal, but there was definitely signs and symptoms of me not being a normal neurotypical baby. To start, my mother said that I was born early. So most babies are born at 9 months. I was born at 8 months, which means I wanted to come early. And when she took me home, she noticed that I had problems latching on and sucking. So she tells me stories of how I would sit with the nipple in my mouth waiting for the milk to come out so I can drink it because it was harder for me to continuously suck and to latch on. Now, during this, obviously, I wasn't able to gain adequate weight. So when she noticed it, she took me to the doctors. When she took me to the doctors, that's when they told her that I had failure to thrive and I was tongue-tied. And they thought that's why I was losing weight. Well, not losing weight, but like not properly gaining it. And the procedure that is normally done to correct a baby or a child who is tongue-tied is a surgical procedure. So when you're tongue-tied, it basically means that the line that connects your tongue with the bottom of your mouth is too short, which prevents your mouth and your tongue from moving in the ways it needs to suck or to drink milk, to talk or say certain words, or just to roll your R's or things like that. I can't do that because I'm tongue-tied. However, because I had failure to thrive, they could not correct it that way, because if they would have, it would have made me eat less because it's a surgery procedure. And me eating less would have caused me to lose weight that I simply did not have. So they did an alternative route with my mother. They told my mother to eat highly fatty foods and foods that's high in calories, so that when I drunk her milk, I can gain that excess fat on the back end. Wow. Then they also told her to bring me to a speech therapist so that I can learn how to suck, learn how to say certain words, and things of that nature. And that's what she did. Now, there's definitely other signs, like she tells me how I did not cry as a baby unless I was in pain. And that I would not like to lay in the bed with her, and the only time I would sleep is when I was in my own crib. And to put in reference, my brother had a colic, so my older brother. So she says that he would cry all the time and he would only sleep when she put him in the bed with her. But with me, I was the complete opposite. I did not cry unless I was in pain, and I did not sleep unless I was in my own crib. So, yeah. Now, how it affected me. Obviously, it affected me more physically. I don't really remember the whole process that well, but it affected me physically because I was underweight, I was small, and I could not drink milk, nor could I speak correctly. Now, as a newborn, you obviously can't speak, but it was a prolonged process. How I overcame it? Well, I didn't overcome it, my mom did. My mom ate fatty foods so that I can gain excess weight when I drank her milk. My mom brought me to speech therapists regularly so I can learn how to move my mouth in certain ways so I can drink her milk, and ultimately so I can learn how to talk and say certain words correctly. Well, that's episode 2. 1 depending on your opinion. So, thank you for joining me. Make sure to keep an open mind. This is a place to share, learn, in a safe place. Make sure to like, comment, share, and follow. And if you have any questions, please comment. I will not be offended. Thank you. Bye.